Today I'm finally letting go and I'm saying goodbye to 2024 by showing you guys everything that I made. I'm gonna go through each of them here and tell you my thoughts on each piece, on the sewing process, and on its life after it's been completed. I'm also gonna be giving my rating for each piece based on how often they're worn, how easy they are, you know, like ironing and things like that, and just overall how much I like the piece. So let's get started. I had a goal for 2024 to make more pieces that we were gonna wear more often rather than just event clothes. So this was my first 2024 make. Look at it, like it's cute. This was an original design. I added the shirring in the back. I did try something new. I tried to do a little embroidery border. I don't like how that came out. It's not the best. I'd say overall, I would give this one a 10 out of 10. Like, I'm not gonna be that easy with all of them, don't worry. But this one just got worn so often. Like, she did wear it a lot at the beginning of the year. And bonus points for getting passed down to the other one. So next I'm gonna show you these pants that I made for them. Look at these. These are for the little one. They were matching pants. And these are for my oldest. Last January, we had last minute decided, let's go to Disney. And I promised myself that I wouldn't go crazy and like make them dresses really quick. But I couldn't help myself. I had to make them something. So I made them pants. So they were like a wide straight leg with the paper bag top right here and the little tie, and best part, it has pockets. I really want to make them these pants again. Overall though, I have to give these a 5. I really like them. I really like the pants. I like the patterns and everything. And they have actually worn them a lot, but they're really hard to match. Maybe I just don't know how to match them properly, but I feel like the colors are so specific and the pattern is so specific that it has to have like a more solid shirt. And then I just end up putting white shirts on them, and they don't really have white shirts because, you know, little kids. We don't really do white shirts. So next is Camila's Easter outfit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these little ties. The other side. Oh, so cute. They're so cute. I love it so much, and I'm so sad about this one. She only wore it one time, and it's because the shirring in the back. After I washed it, the elastic thread in the back for the shirring snapped. And this was the first time that it had happened, but I couldn't fix it because it was cut on a curve here for the armhole, and the seam allowance had already been trimmed off. So there was just no way I was even going to deal with it, honestly. I did have in mind a little flower waistband right here. So the flower trim that I had bought, I was going to put it right here as a waistband. It didn't look right. I used the trim to make her a little headband instead, and it worked perfectly. I did put the little extra flowers right here in the back, so I really did like it. It was a fabric that I had bought the previous year that I had saved specifically for Easter, and I almost forgot about it until the week of Easter. It was cute. It was an easy make. I could do it again. It's just a rectangle with ruffles, puffy sleeves. My overall rating for this will have to be like a 4. And it's only because I really like it. I really like the fabric. I really like the idea of it. It was something that was for a special occasion, but that she could wear more often. She would have worn this all the time if it hadn't been for the elastic snapping like that. Here's the first top that I made for myself in 2024. It's a stretchy fabric. I usually stay away from stretchy fabrics, but now that I have the serger, I decided to give this a try this year, and it still scares me. This is like the first and last thing I did on the serger. I think for this one, it was mostly because of this part right here. So when I went to understitch, I used a walking foot on the regular sewing machine because I didn't want it rolling out right there. And I feel like the walking foot still stretched it out a little bit because it was perfectly fine up until then. So that part kind of opens up. And let me just go ahead and try this on to show you guys the rest of this top. Do you see this? Like, I don't like that. And I don't know how to fix it because I don't really know how to work with stretchy pattern blocks. Like, same thing here. I mean, this one's not so bad, but this one especially, it just bothers me. I really think it's because the walking foot had stretched it out more than I wanted it to. It makes it feel more homemade. I'm like, I wanted it to look like I bought it. So on this other side, the problem is that I made this scoop way too low. So I can't just walk and talk normally whenever I'm wearing this. I actually have to like worry about it, you know? Every once in a while, I'm just walking. Pull it back up. I also accidentally made this a crop top. So you see how this side is longer right here, and then there's this side that's like somehow shorter. I didn't mean to. I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't. I just kind of traced something and then just figured it out as I went. I do actually wear this. I wear this often enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7 because it was an easy make. I do wear it often enough. I do like it. You know, I like the fabric. I like how it feels. I like these tight shirts. I'm just saying 7 though because, you know, these little things bother me a lot. This was something that I saw on Pinterest that I really liked, but of course the model and I were not the same size. I really like this one. I really like this one. Do you see this? This is nice. So about this top, I had been eyeballing this fabric for the longest time until I finally went and bought it. And I'm starting to realize that I like halter tops. This is a top where I realized that the shearing issue that I had with the Easter dress was not my fault, because the same thing happened with this. Out of nowhere, it snapped. I felt like I all of a sudden just forgot how to shear fabric, but I have done this before many times successfully. So I didn't know what was going on. It took me a very long time to finish this top. Also because you see this? The print on the fabric is very forgiving and I love it for that. I ended up putting one dart in here and it's not the greatest. Do you see this? So I do find myself like pulling at it in this direction, but then I pull at it from this direction and you know, it's just a little bit uncomfortable to wear it. But I know that that's just the type of stuff that I noticed because I made it and I know what's wrong with it. Other than that, I really like it. With the fit issues that I had and the shearing issues that I had, this just took a really long time for me to make. It feels like a vacation top, so I don't actually wear it so often. I think I've worn it twice, 3 times, and that's just like giving myself the benefit of the doubt because I know I wore it for my husband's birthday dinner for sure. I don't remember when else I've worn it. I'm gonna have to give this one a 6. I love it. I love the idea of it. I just do not wear it enough. And also because wearing it is a little bit inconvenient, you know, with me having to just pick at it. Listen, there was like a portion of this year where I felt like sewing just wasn't working out for me with the shearing issues, the fit issues that were taking so long. I could have made so many other things if I hadn't made like 8 twirls of that last one, but it's okay. It was a moment. This is definitely included in that moment. I had the idea to use my maternity dresses and upcycle them into a dress for each baby. For Talia's, I wasn't sewing yet, so I didn't make my own. I just bought a dress from like Ross, and maybe it would have helped if I would have done this a lot sooner so that I didn't have to use so much of the fabric, because this is a dress and it's not exactly voluminous. Fabric was not great. The pattern, I was hoping that I could just like cut across on some of the panels. No, I couldn't because the patterns didn't match up. It was stress. It was stress. I couldn't get enough fabric out for the top piece. The mesh, it was just so flimsy that it does have like a side piece here. It was just so flimsy, it like collapsed on itself. To remedy that, I added these ruffles here so that, you know, she could be more covered. It was supposed to just be a halter, and then she goes and tells me that she doesn't want to show her back. So then I had to figure something else out, and I found this random purple tulle that I had just laying around. It doesn't match perfectly, and that bothers me so much, so much, so much. But that's all I could figure out for the back piece. I have this like weird tab here in the back. She then told me that it was too itchy around the waistband, so I needed to fix that. So I quickly grabbed some bias tape, covered the elastic band. I didn't make the bias wrap around the elastic waistband stretchy so that it stretches with the elastic. No, I just straight covered the elastic waistband. Why did I do that? I don't know. I really didn't like the dress at all on it at this point. So then I decided I was gonna add an embroidered bead motif. And like, yeah, it's cute and all, but honestly, I don't care for it. I added some stuffing into it just so that you could have like the 3D scallop. It was so heavy. It was then dragging the dress down, which just made things worse. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one like a 2. Even that's too much, but it's just because I did like the idea of turning my maternity dress into a dress for her. I like the idea. I didn't like the execution whatsoever. After that really big fail, I took like the entire summer off to not sew anything. And then I came to this. This, on the other hand, it like re-sparked my sewing joy. This was the first thing that I made using the fabrics that I brought from Brazil. Back in May, we went to Brazil. I bought 12 different fabrics. This was one of the ones that I bought like the most fabric in. I think I bought like 5 meters of this. I still have so much left over. If you don't know, there is a brand called Rio Farm, and they have a sister brand that is for kids, and it's called Fabula. And this fabric and this style of dress just reminded me so much of them that I just call it her Fabula dress. Look at this. It's flowy, it's twisty, it's cute. This took me 7 days and like 23 hours. This was one of the first things that I actually like timed everything that I did, and I wrote everything down that I did because I wanted to see how long it really takes me to do things. This took so much longer than it usually does though. I don't usually take 7 days to make a dress, especially something that like it looks simple. Somehow it was not simple. It has this little cuff detail right there. It has the poofy sleeves. It has a cute button that goes perfectly, and that button, I definitely took it from one of her other dresses. It fits her perfectly. She loves it. She loves it. She wears it a lot. So I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. Like, design, fabric choice, ease to work with. I love this one. So we're on to Camila's third birthday dress. This is super cute. With this dress, I've decided that I'm just never upcycling anything ever again. I know that is a huge thing in the sewing community, and that is just not for me. Nope, that is a challenge that I do not enjoy. Here's the original dress that I made. You would think there was enough fabric. The way that I had cut the panels on the liner, no, there wasn't enough fabric apparently. Thankfully, I did find some leftover fabric from my original dress, so it's kind of an upcycle, kind of not. I mean, it's partially upcycled, partially just made with extra fabric. It is basically just a quarter circle and the straps added in. She is actually able to wear it more often because she wears it to church. She wears it to just go into my parents' house. She loves it so much that I asked her if she wanted to take her sweater off when we got into church the other day. She goes, yes, I gotta show my dress. That's my 3-year-old. I have to give this one another 10 out of 10 because she wears it a lot. After I finally figured it out, it was pretty easy to put together, and there's really no ironing going on with this one. I just pull it out of the dryer and it's ready to go. Next is this, which is one of those dresses that I saw on Pinterest and I had to make it in a smaller size. This is another one of those fabrics from Brazil. I love it for my oldest. I feel like it fits her personality really well. It's twirly. She loves the twirling around. The sleeves, it had like great volume on the sleeves. It's very nice and soft. She wears this all the time as well. I do feel like this is one of those like sneaker dresses. This was my first time making godets. Listen, those are hard. I will try them again someday. Not anytime soon though. If you've never worked with godets before, just know that they do stretch out because triangles are cut on bias, and inserting them was just, it was rough. The print, again, very forgiving. The fabric itself though was not the greatest. I mean, it was great to work with. It feels nice and everything, but after like a wear or two, it was like ripping, kind of like dry rot. It's weird. I don't know if I just got old fabric or if it's the fabric itself, but not the greatest quality there. I love it though. It's great. Overall, I'd give this a 9 out of 10 because she loves it. She wears it all the time and it's a cute print. I love the style of it. I will someday maybe make something else like this with the godets, but only a 9 because I did not like the fabric choice. Here's this, another one of, I saw it on Pinterest and I wanted to make it for myself. Let me see if I can back up here. So I love this. I love the pattern. It took me like 6 to 8 tries to get this right, but if you watch my last video that I'll link right here, you'll know it was worth it. I love the color, but I don't actually like the fabric. I'm pretty sure it's a viscose. It does not iron well. I also melted a piece of it while I was making it, but you can't really tell, so I left it. I mean, at that point, what was I gonna do? Restitch the entire thing? No. This is one of those dresses that I will make again. I will choose a better fabric, and I'll probably go ahead and like double line it this time instead of just doing the outer edges like this, which I never tacked down, by the way. It was my first time making the cover buttons, and then now I want one of those like machines. That would be great. I also need to start adding tags to my things because look at this. Nothing. I will give this dress an 8. I really like it. I wear it often. It just, fabric choice, not the greatest. And here's the top that I made when I decided that I was gonna start a YouTube channel. I still love it. Since making this, I have worn this 2 times. I really like it though. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 10 out of 10 for myself because it's great. I took my sweet old time perfecting this pattern, which I do not regret at all because since then, I've also managed to transform it into another dress. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 10 out of 10. I know I haven't worn it so much yet, but mostly because I don't think the tropical thing goes right now. Just doesn't feel right during the holidays. All right, so I made more clothes the last half of the year than I did the entire first half of the year because there was these. I love these dresses. These are the kind of dresses that they look simple, but listen, they take absolutely forever to make because they have all of my favorite things. They have ruffles, they have little tiny straps. There's so much gathering involved in this. They get really wrinkly because they are both 100% cotton. They do wear these a lot actually. They've already been worn to church, they've been worn to photos, they've been worn to parties, they've been worn, and they will continue to be worn. They're just really hard to iron. These get an 8 because I really like them. They really wear them a lot. They're just so hard to iron and I'm not gonna get over that. Next, we have my dress. You may have seen this in one of my previous videos, which I'm gonna go ahead and link right above. I've only worn them for the photos. I'm sure I'll wear it again, but I do think it's one of those like event type of things. And to church, I mean, it's strapless, and I just don't feel comfortable wearing strapless. Like, it's long enough, I'm very well covered in it, I just don't feel comfortable wearing strapless to church. So maybe like under the jean jacket. That'd be cute, that'd be cute. So this one was not so bad on the ironing. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one, I'd say a 7. I feel like I'm being really rough here, but I'm not actually sure when I would wear it. I just don't wear too many strapless things anymore, but it looks really good for the design, so I kept it like that. I really like it though. Let's hope I wear it more often this year. I really love my Christmas dress. The pleats, the design, the halter, of course. I really like the fit of it. I had always wanted something tweed, and I finally made it. The problem with this specific tweed though is that it has metallic threads in it. That looks like such a holiday thing. So I don't really feel like I can wear this any other time of the year, unless it's like a date night or something and like to a fancy place. I'm gonna have to give this one a 3. because I don't really know when else I will wear this. Like, I think that was it, Christmas 2024. I really do like the design. I'm probably gonna make it again in a more wearable fabric. And I know there's nothing left hanging on here, but there was one more thing that I made, and it was right after finishing that. I probably went to sleep at like 5 in the morning that day. It was the day before Christmas Eve. And I made my younger cousin a pair of Spider-Man shorts that had like the boy boxer look. So I'm gonna have a picture of that right here. It was very easy, and it was from a pattern that, you know, you can pay whatever you like. I was so thankful for that pattern that saved me that night, because I'd never made shorts before, and I had no idea how to make a fly. So that helped so much. And I hope she liked them, because that was it. That was the last thing I made in 2024. My goal for 2024 was to make outfits that we would wear more often, and I feel like I did a pretty good job, you know, stuck in a couple things that are not gonna get too much use out of, but also did get a lot of good things in there for the girls and for myself as well. I feel like I made a lot more complicated makes in the previous year, so I'm just gonna stick in some honorable mentions here, because I'm a newer YouTube channel. I do want to show you guys what I am capable of, just so that you can look forward to a little bit more fancier projects in the future. I'm just gonna run through these real quick. You see, these are just more exciting. Like, look at this. Oh! I know you know this dress. Like the strawberry dress. I know that the original designer of this dress has a kid version of her dress. It was like fully covered here. It just looked like a regular kid's dress. I wanted it to look like the strawberry dress. Let me bring it up front here for you. Look at this. It has a little strap. This ruffle here goes up as if it were like the deep V cut there, but obviously it's for a little girl. Completely worth it. She wore this multiple times up until it started getting tight on her arms. So I love it. I just wanted to show that yes, I can make more complicated things, and this is actually more along the lines of the type of stuff that I like to make. This was my other little one's birthday dress for when she turned 2 years old. This one was an original design. It was gonna have like a little ruffle down here, but I thought that was a bit too much. It was so cute. She also has a big bow in the back and this little button, and I made this embroidery beaded star here myself as well. So another one of just a really great make from the previous year. And I did say, how am I gonna top this for the following year? I did not top it. Here is a quick one for myself that I made for a wedding. It's in organza. It was pretty great. Okay, and then here are the girls' first Disney trip outfit. So this is literally Walmart fabric, but look how cute. It has a bunch of the princesses on it, and her favorite is Ariel, so I did make matching purple ears for her. This is an original design. So Camila's birthday dress, this dress, my organza dress, and this one right here are all original designs. So that's another thing where I also made more original designs the previous year, rather than just like Pinterest copies. This one, super cute. Look at that detail. Look at that detail. I made her matching Tinkerbell ears. I had the green ears on her. So that is all. That is officially everything, and I want to hear from you guys now. What sort of content would you like to see from me? Like, is there something that I should be including in my videos? Anything that you would like to know specifically about these dresses? Or what kind of things do you want to see in the future from me? I have nothing specific in mind for 2025 other than redeeming myself for those birthday dresses. So follow along and subscribe to see where 2025 takes me.